I guess I'm a Cestrian by birth, and so I was at Chester Gateway Youth Theatre. I can remember walking home from my school, Clifton High School, and talking to a friend of mine and talking about trying to meet girls, basically. And he said, "Oh, you should definitely come to the Gateway Youth Theatre. There's loads of girls there. I've been going. It's brilliant. You can really hang out." Da da da. So I went along there to Ben Ayrton, was his name, who ran the Chester Gateway Youth Theatre at that time. And so it was really through them that I got kind of developed my passion. Also, I remember as a very young man going to the Theatre Glue to see a production of Wind in the Willows, actually, and just adoring that. My mum took me for I think a birthday treat, and so that was a pretty formative experience as well. There are a few of those, a few kind of golden productions that stick out in my mind at Clwyd, at Royal Exchange, at the Library Theatre. So I guess that's where the passion for theatre developed, and then I went off to university, did an English degree at Oxford, and at that stage thought I wanted to be an actor, but quite quickly whilst there realised that actually I was frustrated with how other people were making plays, and that I wanted to get a bit more involved, and particularly with education programmes and outreach work that wasn't happening at the university at that time, that I wanted to set up and make happen. So I kind of got stuck in through that, and that led me into the career, really, that kind of passion and enthusiasm. Well, I guess I think there's an intrinsic value that all culture has. There are other values that we can talk about. There's an economic worth. There's the social impact that comes from culture, i.e. obviously the centre that we're building will attract an awful lot of different sorts of people into the city who will have an economic and social impact on the city that I think could be very positive. There are loads of reports and studies that show the kind of health and social and psychological benefits of having culture within a city. But I think there's an intrinsic value in art, in performance art, live art, that should be valued as highly as any economic impact that this work can have. Which is to say that I think when you bring people together around an idea and talk with those people about that idea, when you start conversations among communities, you build community, and you bring people together to think about how they want to live their lives, what kind of community they want to be a part of. And that's something that I think any city will benefit from, and this city, which has been without a theatre, without an arts centre, without any hub for cultural delivery for a long time, I think this city will benefit hugely from that. Well, it's spreading that benefit, that social benefit that I'm talking about, to younger people specifically. Of course, there are loads of young people that want to get involved in the performing arts, and this is a great way for them to do that. But I think most importantly, the benefit that I'm drawing from it as a practitioner is they're a trigger for innovation, in that they are bringing new ideas, new ways of thinking, new perspectives on the world that I don't have to the work, and invigorating that work, challenging me as a practitioner, making decisions, having ideas, exploring different ways of practicing that I can't and don't use, and so they're a source of innovation, I think, for us, for our community, and for the art form. That's a tricky question to answer, because there's quite a lot that we're still working out, obviously with the Cultural Centre and with the Grosvenor Park Open Air Theatre in the future. I know I've got some quite strong ideas about what I want from the young company moving forward. I know that what I want it to grow into is a real avant-garde for us, is for it to be our fringe festival, is for it to be somewhere where innovation occurs, where people are using different sorts of technology, different digital resources, different relationships to space, different physical relationships to an audience, to challenge us. What we have here is a fixed model where you have the actors in the centre, the audience all around, and we tell you a story, and it takes a couple of hours or a little bit more, and it's a fixed time period, it's a fixed location, there's a certain unity to this space. I guess it's about the young company moving us forward and creating this census, looking at different models for theatre making and storytelling that might lead us forward in the future. And I guess that I'll be looking to create challenges and opportunities for young theatre makers, young storytellers, to work across as many different platforms as I can give them access to take us forward.